Hi, this is Ingrid from Quiltessential Co, and we're going to be doing our block of the month again. This is April. We're using the kitty cornered ruler as usual. And before we start sewing, I just have a little surprise for you. So I also designed for you a new kit and quilt, and it is also done with a kitty cornered ruler. So if you know how to use your ruler, you'll be able to do this. So you can phone the store and order your kit. Now it's on to sewing. To cut out our block, we are going to be cutting a whole bunch of squares, rectangles, and strips. So first of all, you're going to take A and cut 4 squares, B, 4 rectangles, C, a long strip, and then when you're cutting your D, you cut first your E's off the end of it, and then you leave the rest as a long strip, and then finally you've got F, which is just a square. Quite simple to cut, and now we're going to sew. First thing we're going to do is, as normal, we've ironed our A unit and our A block into half on the diagonal to make a triangle, and we put the fold on step 1 line. So it started off as a square, we pressed it, we put the line on the fold, and we just cut this straight off. We're going to do that to all of the A blocks. B's, right sides together, wrong sides together, doesn't matter, just make sure that they are together. And you are going to cut them with step 2 on your ruler. And you're going to make these into B units as we have before. So we just cut them up here. Before we move them too far, turn them around and do step 3, which is just taking off that little triangle. It makes a big difference if you cut that off. It makes it much easier to line up when you're sewing. So just cut those off. So now you're going to sew them, and as usual, we have got our A in the middle, and we've sewed a B on either side, and press them always to the B section. And now you're going to trim them up. So use trim 1 on your ruler. Make sure this tiny little triangle is right in to the triangle of your A, and make sure that your diagonal line goes right to the corner of your A. Trim 1, side and top, and then turn your block and do trim 2 with your ruler and the line that I told you in the pattern. So you just trim that up, and you're going to do that to 4 units. So those are your corner units done. So now you've sewn your C and D pieces together. Press down to C, and this should measure 3.5 inches. And of course, if you have your quick trim ruler, you can give that a quick boo and see if that worked. And then you're just going to put your quick trim ruler on here and trim on either side. You're going to make 4 units exactly the same all the way down here. So make 4 of those. And then the last step is taking your center, and you either fold your little E's, put a diagonal line on that, and sew across, or I like to use my folded corner clipper, and I line up my folded corner clipper here, cut the edges off, and sew down. And you're going to do them on 4 corners. When you've done that, you will end up with your block when you sew them all together, and that's what it will look like. And it makes a stunning quilt when you're done. So before I say goodbye today, I just wanted to show you a brand new notion that came in that's really cool. So we all have old blades. You can put your blade in here. This is a blade saver thread cutter. So you put your old blade in here, you can take it out, store it in here when you're traveling. You can even move this and turn it to a new side for cutting, so that when you're ready to cut your chain piecing, you're ready to go. So you just put it down, take your chain piece, and just cut. How cool is that? So guys, if you found this video useful, please leave us a like and click subscribe for future content. This has been Ingrid from Quiltessential Co, and thanks for sewing with me today, and we'll see you next month.